Ubisoft revealed what will be included in the big April update launching on April 27th, and we see the estimated file size per platform right here. And maybe the update is, by the way, already out by the time you watch this. Either way, in this video I want to get you up to speed on what they're adding, what we can expect, and then in a big video later on I will of course go through everything and showcase all the changes in action. This big update video will be one day later than normal though, so on April 28th, because tomorrow is King's Day, a national holiday here in the Netherlands, everyone dressed in orange, fun time. Dennis will still stream the update though on twitch.tv/joraptor, link to that in the pinned comments, and I might too on YouTube, but more on that in a moment. First, let's go over the highlights of this patch. A like on the video would of course really help me out. And let's go. There is still time to enter my current weekly Helix credit pack giveaway for 2,300 credits. You can enter via the link in the pinned comment, and you have to be a subscriber of this channel to be able to win. I will announce the winner very soon, so good luck. Okay, let's start with the big one. We got 3 new skills that are mentioned in the patch notes. One is called Cold Rage. Ignore hit interruptions while performing successive regular melee attacks. This effect recharges after a few seconds. This sounds pretty powerful, likely meaning that you can get to the finisher of a combo even after being hit. Especially nice for perks that trigger on a finisher, of course. And speaking of those perks, we got changes for the spinning death flail, which has a chance to drop a firebomb on a heavy finisher. But yeah, this seems to occur way more often than the 40% we see in the perk description. Same for the Fort's Bite, by the way, the axe you get for completing all the legendary hunts in the game, which drops a poison cloud on a heavy finisher. So Ubisoft notes that they address an issue with the spinning death and Fort Bite that caused the chance percentage to be higher than intended. So they're basically nerfing these weapons, but it was never intended that the firebomb and the poison cloud would appear as often as it's doing before the update. The second new skill is called Eye of the North, which prevents flinching from hits while aiming with your bow, and this effect also recharges after a few seconds. It's actually really nice because right now when you are hit while aiming your bow, you will of course stumble, so lose that aim. And we also have Intense Rage, which is comparable to the other 2 skills, but it now ignores hit interruptions when doing your offhand parry or special attacks, and it also has a recharge. So we are basically getting passive bonuses that make us even more powerful. Might especially be handy during the upcoming mastery challenges, where we're also like chasing a score, so then knowing when you are able to like absorb one hit will be great. And of course, pro tip for these new skills, because you will likely need 1 skill point for each of them, just reset a skill that is only connected to one other node, and then spend that skill point on the new skills when the update is out. And you can of course also buy the Scroll of Knowledge at the merchant when your settlement is level 6. Also good to note is that the Battle Cry skill gets a buff increasing the duration. Right now it lasts for 20 seconds, so curious how long it will be after the update. And they also tweaked the Fearless Leaper skill to make it easier to jump from greater heights. So curious how that will impact this skill. I really like the idea, but I just never really use it. Now let's talk about the missing fishes, because yes, there are fixes for that. All the fishes that were first unavailable should be back in the game after installing this patch, but only in one specific location. They do note in a separate blog post though that we have to keep in mind that these fish will appear in additional places with a future update later in June. But for now, after this April update, they are only in one location, and Ubisoft did provide pictures revealing those locations. So for the sturgeon small and the flatfish, we have to go over here on the map near Winchester. The halibut small in Grantebridgeshire over here on the map. And the mackerel big is in Norway over here. Link to that blog post about the fishes, by the way, in the video description. And I will of course highlight and check these locations as well in a future video. But yeah, this should mean that the swordfish weapon is available again. And you of course get that by completing all the fishing hut challenges in the game. So maybe they will bring back the Ubisoft Connect challenge that was temporarily removed as well. I saw a lot of people asking about the Brewing Storm main mission with deck. Well, this should be fixed with the update. just like the Pick of Prophecy world event in Kent. They also mention one particular fix for the absence of an Elderman main mission, where players were prevented from completing the quest when they had already collected the brooch before the start of the quest. But as said in my previous video, more fixes for this mission are being worked on. We also got various graphics, lighting, and texture issue fixes, or for sound effects, so maybe a fix for the weird lines Gunnar was saying, which were a bug, Ubisoft confirmed. One thing they added is that we will have the option in the gameplay menu to toggle the cinematic camera on and off during finisher moves. So most of the times when Eivor does a finisher, you are zoomed in, but also sometimes you see it from a distance, and well, with this feature we should be able to switch between that. So that's pretty cool, just like a fix for that issue with the foreign supplies, where the limit was set to 1-1, as we see in this picture from Flying on Reddit. This is a big one for PlayStation players. Trophies achieved on PS4 will now be unlocked on PS5, so you will likely see a ton of trophies pop up after installing the update on PS5 if you've played the game before on PS4. A nice addition for all players is that we should be able to see Bayek's and Altair's outfit in the transmog system when selecting a random chest. So right now, before the update, these legacy outfits are of course absent, but that will change. No words on the Basim outfit, by the way. Jose, the post-launch producer, of course said that it would be coming sooner than we thought, and that was more than a month ago at this point, and the file name was also already found. It can still happen though, because Altair's outfit and the Black Flag items were also not mentioned in the patch notes and showed up out of nowhere. We also have a fix for the issue that prevented players from acquiring the Berserker themed items from the Animus store, or read if they already owned them on another platform. So that's likely also the issue that is preventing people from buying the Berserker helm in Reda selection right now, even if you don't own it. So hopefully Ubisoft extends it, so maybe adds it in the next weekly selection as well, so we can still get it if you missed out right now. So yeah, the weekly reset stream I of course do on YouTube when the timer at Reda goes to 0 will this week be only on twitch.tv/JorRaptor with Dennis. So totally go there to see everything Reda is selling the moment the store resets. I will leave a link with the time in the pinned comment as well. And of course, the big thing this update does is add support for the Wrath of the Druids expansion. But Ubisoft does note that a separate download is required on release day, so on May 13th, which is of course normal. I still hope that we get some new info and maybe a trailer before the release, because the screenshots we discussed recently do look awesome. And I kinda hoped that there would be a free mission with this update as well to hype us up for the expansion, something that we did see in Odyssey and Origins. But that doesn't seem to be the case for Valhalla, it's not noted in the patch notes. Again, the big update video going over everything you need to know, showcasing all the changes in action, including the new skills, and maybe talking about some secret changes already. If you of course found anything, totally reach out via the input@joraptor.com email address, or let me know in the comments under this video. Either way, that big video will be live on April 28th, so totally subscribe to stay up to date on everything Valhalla. And again, don't forget to join Dennis's stream on the update and the weekly reset on Twitch April 27th. A link to the channel is in the pinned comment. A like on this video would really help me out, and totally check out my previous video on the river raids and Ubisoft sharing new info on that. We will get more of these locations, so you can watch that video by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of our photo mode showcase. You can of course send in your shots via the Valhalla Raptor hashtag on Twitter, or via my dedicated pictures channel on the Discord. You can join the Discord via the link in the pinned comment. When you are there, accept the rules, and then you are able to post. Okay, Joyce, your turn. You of course selected 3 shots from the community, so I think there are some funny ones in this one, right?
Yes, there are. What's up, everyone? First up is Anaf on Discord, where Eivor is covered in a mysterious lit-up fog, or she might be standing in between burning objects with the smoke and light coming from a fire. Either way, this creative stance, including the mask and the hood, gives real assassin vibes. Up next is Greg from Omaha.
What?
So we've had pictures in the past where creators grabbed tons of dead or unconscious NPCs and pulled them together, but this might be one of the most impressive ones yet. I think this is also taken in the settlement. I mean, Eivor, what have they done to deserve this?
I mean, they were all Order members, I think, so they totally deserve this. And now they have a sleepover. It seems, in the longhouse. Wow, like, this must have taken, like, 10 hours. Like, I already get bored when I, like, have to, like, escort one living NPC, so let alone a dead one. Wow.
And finally, we've got Michael.Ragni, who summoned the 3 horses of the apocalypse, it seems. Looking at the Draugr horses here, and Eivor sitting on one of them. This has to be a bug, right? Where they got, like, cloned by accident?
Yeah, for sure. It's, I think, that Baker mission with, the multiple wolves you sometimes see as well.
Oh, I mean, it does give a very dark and brooding vibe to them, not gonna lie. Including the Sauron armor set Eivor is wearing, so pretty good job.
Yeah, I haven't seen this with this mount, but I think it just happens with all the mounts. So yeah, that Baker mission, I think, in the settlement. Really cool shot, of course. Send in your shots, and then maybe they will be in the next video. Subscribe for more Valhalla content, and don't check out our previous video by clicking on the screen. For now, we'll speak to you next time, and goodbye.
Goodbye!